Hello everybody and welcome to yet another GZR race. Next to me is Mr. Dowling himself. I love seeing this every week. And I don't know, it just rolls nice out of the mouth, you know? Mr. Dowling himself. Anyways, I have good news for you guys because this week I have a promising race for you. And I can assure you that we're gonna see some nice battles. Well, I can't guarantee it, but I can assure you. I can talk about some stuff that's gonna make you think like, okay, I don't want to miss out on this. Because I've been talking with the drivers, especially with Niels. And we might actually see a new rivalry here being created at the middle to end section of this season, where Kreuzer, Niels, and Crossman, all three of them are gonna have interesting stories to tell today. The rest of the pack, also with Dominic. Let's talk a little bit about Dominic. He had some struggles today with the setup, and his team is trying really hard to find the pace. And even in the practice session, he was toying around with the setup, hoping to find a little bit more speed here and there. But I've seen him drive today, and he has a solid pace. He's pretty damn quick. He's not quick, but he's consistent. And he can have a nice battle here in Catalonia. So yeah, I'm looking really forward to see Dom today. By the way, are we live yet? I'm not seeing any reactions from chat. Maybe I'm just talking to myself right now.
I think we are. Yes, we're live.
All right. I was like, maybe I didn't press the live overlay scene, so I might have just skipped the whole 5 minutes talking to myself, and then, oh, hey guys, how are you doing? But yeah, chat, welcome. We are 12 minutes still gonna watch this qualifying session, and Crossman had the fastest lap time in the free practice. And that lap time was a 1:43.1, which is going to be 5 tenths of a second quicker than what he put up, or what he has shown for us today. I can quickly go over to the timetables to show you guys. So here it is, and as I said, Kukelt, number 3 in the Porsche, and Crossman, they're going to definitely fight for the top positions, and Kreuzer is definitely gonna join in on there in a bit, I'm pretty damn sure. It is good to see Norbach in the 143s, as in the hot conditions. It's a hot day today, let's not forget that. So in these hot conditions, if you're gonna have a lap time that is gonna be faster than 144, that will be good. You can see that up to Lopez, they are in the 144s. So again, the track is really hot, and it's 35 degrees on track. It's a sunny day, 29 degrees in the air. Wait, you're live? Yeah. Okay, so let's go over to the cars now and let's see what we can find out in the back of the pack. Anti-Turi is in 15th position. I think he is picking up the pace in the Nissan. And right now he is fighting off Jens Kaiser, I see. He almost drives the same lap time as Jens Kaiser. 17th position is Nicholas Hillbag. Andre Norbach is in 3rd position now. Beat the time of Niels. But I know that Niels can drive much faster than the time that he is showing up right now. Fusey, the guy that was doing really well last week, is in 6th position. Now, what I realized from watching the onboard cameras and from the studies that I did is because the track is so hot, you tend to overheat your tires within 10 laps, and then the car just goes all over the place. So what we're gonna have to watch and look out for is the drivers who are just keeping it calm early on. Those who are those who are gonna save the tires are probably gonna end up being the fastest. So if you see someone push on early on, we might expect them to lose or drop a lot of pace later on the race.
Yeah, a load of guys have said this week they're really struggling with finding a balanced setup, because they can do a setup to go quick, but then their tyres are just cooking straight away, and this one's a head scratcher, because you want to go quick, but then you don't want to ruin your race by burning your tyres up, and it's just, you know, it sort of goes against that racing mentality to go flat out everywhere and all that. So it's gonna, yeah, there's actually gonna be some big strategy in play today, I think. Everyone's actually talking about doing tyre changes in the pit stops, whereas usually they'll just take the mandatory stop as quick as possible, and sometimes not change tyres. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, to say the least. And drivers have also been commenting about pit entry being a bit of a scary thing to do at speed, because they can't actually see the speed limit board for the pit limiter from the cockpit.
All right, so that's also maybe something that we have to keep an eye out for, and I think that in specific corners we're gonna have some difficulties, especially corner 14 and 15. It's the last chicane, and corner number 3, which is the corner that you have to take correctly. If not, you're gonna lose a lot of time. So this is corner 1, corner 2, and this is corner 3. It's a long right-hander that's gonna open up for a little straight, and then you go over to the right-hander. I'm looking at Kai Petches right now, on board with him. Not on board, but we're looking at him. Now you go on to the left-hander. It's really important that you not overdrive here. You're going to lose a lot of time as well, because you're going to set up yourself for a fast left-hander here over the curb. You can lose your car here if you're going to go too aggressive. Then onto the right over the curb again. And now you're going to set yourself up for this right-hander, where you do not want to overshoot, because you can actually lose the car there. Going on to the straight, you can win a lot of time here. Hard braking zone, and then you turn to the left, and then left again. And this part is really heavy and hard on the left front tire. Actually, if you're gonna talk about colors here, you start the tires with blue, green, then it becomes yellow when it becomes a little bit too hot, and then it turns into a red color. That means it's just overheating. And at this point, after a couple laps, in this part of the track, you're going to have a lot of load on that left front tire. which means that only that tire is gonna turn yellow. And when a tire turns yellow, that means you're just overdriving it. You're putting in too much stress onto it. But the thing is, you can't change that in this track, because just count how many left-hand corners you're gonna have. It's crazy. Just look, this one as well. It's a lot of load on that front tire here. And yet again, another right-hander. And after that, another right-hander. So the left side of the car is gonna have hell for 1.5 hours. And the right-hand corners, or the left-hand corners, are only corners where the tires are gonna take a rest. And those are not many.
Yeah, it's only sort of the left-hand corners where you're actually rolling the car through and you're not trying to push the car through the corner. So it's going to be interesting to see people's setups and how they affect their race overall and managing those tires.
Absolutely agree on that one. Tristan Bullwinkle is leading the top 10 right now. With 144.2. So the top 10 is driving 144.2 right now. The gap to 144 is 4 positions. And that's going to be Michael Tauscher. Niels van der Koekolt actually not... Like, he still did not improve on his lap time. But this time, right now, he's 2/10 up his time. We're going to see him in the 143s right now. Let's go on board and see how he's going to do. We have 4 more minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, he's 3/10 up on his lap so far. He's looking really steady out there. No, this right-hander here is a really difficult one. You can see you've got to nail that to carry the speed onto the straight, because there is a lot of time to be gained for there. And I expect a lot of overtakes into this corner during the race. It's a heavy braking zone, as he slightly missed the apex there, but gets on the power nice and early still. You're literally waiting for an age to put the throttle down out of that corner as well.
Absolutely agree. Now he has entered almost New Holland, which is a cool name. And he's going into New Holland right now. It's the last corner going onto the straight, heading over to Elf. And is going to beat the time? Yes, he is. As expected, 3/10 up his time, a 143.7, which is still not making him as fast as he wants to be.
He has set an identical time to P3, so a 143.737. So they are currently neck and neck, but obviously Lopez set his time first, so that's why he stays ahead in P3.
Absolutely agree on you with that one. Now, knowing that the Porsches have really fast starting times, you know, the moment that light turns green, Porsches seem to be doing well on the starting line. That's something I noticed in my own races, but also in the races that I've been seeing on Twitch and overall. We see one Aston Martin there in the top 3. I'm not sure about the Aston, but top 3 is Porsches, and I believe that they're just gonna have a small gap for themselves. Niels leading that or actually Crossman leading the gap, and Niels coming in from the back. 5th position, Norback. I think he's really happy with that time. Although
it's actually a Bentley in P3, just to correct you for that. So,
oh yeah, thank you.
yeah.
It's a Bentley.
Yeah, it's a Bentley. He's I think he is new to the league this week as well.
Yep, it's a new name, Lopez. I don't remember him. I'm sorry, chat. It's really small on my screen, Kappa. I just don't know the brands. Best commentator, by the way. iRacing dude Lopez? Oh, he came from iRacing? Oh, it's crazy. All right, Niels again.
Again the fool.
He's putting the hammer down now, hasn't he? He's taking that P3, but it's still not good enough to overthrow Lucas and Crossman yet. And Crossman's going quicker on his current lap as well.
All right then. Crossman, 3/10 up his time. Is he gonna hit the 142s? Oh my god! He hits the 142s!
Alien confirmed.
I actually want to go back on that lap time, and I want to see how that lap went. But if I do that, wait, I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. We're going back 2 minutes to see how he did this lap. Let's go on board. All right, now he goes to Elf, heading over to Renault. And this corner is really hard for the Porsche. You just have to wait. And then on the throttle, heading over to Repsol. Now brake before you enter, or you head down under a bridge. And this is interesting part. Heading over to C. Slow corner. Not too fast on the gas. Oh, he eats that curb without a problem. Nice and tight. You can hear the car just wanting more, and it's not struggling with the traction control, which is amazing. He presses the throttle, and the car just goes high in the revs. Onto the right. Now the technical part of the track, really slow, do not hit the curbs, which he is not doing. Just goes straight over them, and then New Holland onto the straight, which is a really good damn lap. And that's going to be a 142. Now let's straight go back to the rest of the field. Kreuzer did improve his own lap time as well. Niels did improve his lap time. He came really close to the best lap time of Crossman in the practice. Lopez, 4th position. Norbach, 5th position. Let me see, guys. Let's go to the timetables, and I'm gonna be talking you guys through this real quick. Taucher, 6th position. Kexel, 7. I think he is also pretty happy with that. Fusey might not be happy with his 8th position. He might want it to be a little bit further in the field. Field, 9th position. Hillebrand, 10th position. Heckelander, 11. Bullwinkle, 12. Morris, Cornelius, Tower, 15th position. I think
not expecting to see Josh Morris that far back.
True. True. He might be struggling. He is struggling, though. He is struggling with that time. Knowing that the Porsches are the faster cars on this track, you can't deny that. It's 1, 2, 3. Bentley seems to be doing well here as well. Although, no, I might be lying though. The Bentley might do here well in the rain. Not sure. Norbach, the only Audi in the top 5. And then Field in the Audi. McLaren in the Hillebrand. 10th position, as we said. Okay, Tower, 15th position. He might not be really happy with that one. Although he might be satisfied, not sure. And then we have Fernandez, Brabant, Turi, Anti-Turi in 18th position in front of Piers, Cairns, Kaiser, Evrink, Andreasen, and Noltner, Rowland, Kunze, Shipston, Pachas, Lauskas, Kappa, Pavlicek, Parrish, Knox Hope, Shinoda, Opletel, and then we have safety car, Nick Walker, Owen Wenlock, Helbig, and Muir. Well, these guys are in race control, I believe. Maybe not. Last week we saw Nick Walker actually racing without putting a time in. I still don't know what that is all about.
Yeah, he is racing. I just don't think he's been doing quality laps for some reason. Perhaps he likes fighting through the field.
I see. So Cairns, 1st position in the AM class. Noltner, 2nd. Rowland, 3rd. Shipston, is 4th, Farish 5th, Knox Hope 6th position. He is struggling with that Audi. Today, Alpatel 7th position. Going over to the silver class, 3 minutes on the clock. Cornelius Brappet 2nd position. I think he's pretty damn happy with that second one. But again, he's fighting Cornelius. These guys are always fighting. And the silver class is, in my opinion, not getting enough attention from me at all. These guys are always fighting. Cornelius and Brappet always close and always in a battle. So let's keep an eye out for them today. Nathan Pierce, Averink, Andreasen, Kunze, Lauskas, Genoda, and Muir. That's the standings for... Those are the standings for the silver class. Yeah. What do you think about Crossman? Is he gonna keep this pace, or is he gonna overdrive and just kill the tires?
I can't remember what happened last time he led from the front. He did drive away, didn't he? And then no, he didn't do it. Lucas got away from it, and then Chris obviously got ahead after Lucas made a mistake. So I think he's shown through quality that he was improving his laps every time he went round.
Race control mic test.
Yeah, so I think he'll hold it for a few laps, but then perhaps Lucas's bit more race experience perhaps will come through, and he'll get a pass done.
Well, probably. I'm not quite sure. Kreuzer, like I can't wait to see these three guys go at it. We're gonna see them start within a minute. Guys, chat, I'll be going on to a break, and we'll come back with Dowling, hopefully, if he wants to start the race. And from there on, we're gonna enjoy 1.5 hours of Catalunya in this hot Optimum race day. The track is 42 degrees, by the way. Holy damn. And we are back live. When we went on a break, we experienced some lag on the screen. Chat, if you're experiencing lag, let me know. If it's bothering you, let me know. If it's not bothering you, also let me know. Or let us know. It might be time to upgrade my setup, guys. Not sure.
It's sort of looking perfectly fine now. So,
Living on the edge.
yeah, living on the edge. Just overclock it a little bit, you know.
You need a little bit of more boost. All right, let's jump back into this race. And we're going to see how Crossman is going to lead the pack. Dowlin, you want to take it away, buddy?
I shall. It's a, you know, they've done this rolling up lap really quick, actually. A lot quicker than the last few races. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Crossman can get this start nailed, or whether he'll get jumped down into the first corner. He's going to have the inside line, obviously. It just depends if someone gets the power down as the lights go green a bit better than him, whether he'll get past, because it's a long straight. Now, round's the last corner. They're all in double file. Hopefully everyone behind has managed to get round without incident, and fingers crossed they'll get through the first lap without incident. We were so close last week. As Crossman comes down to the start finish line, and the lights go green, it looks like he didn't get the good start, and Kreuser's already pulled ahead of him going down towards the first corner, and he's under pressure from Niels behind as well. Kreuser comes across to defend the inside line. He's got the pass done. He is going to be very happy, and Niels has gone around the outside without contact. Looking back slightly, everyone seems to be behaving themselves, yes, and Kreuser has got into turn 3 easily without a challenge. Now it just depends if Niels can hold off Crossman into the next corner, and yes, that's easy for Niels now. Not really an overtaking opportunity, but there. Oh. He's defending again into the hairpin, but has got the job done. This is perfect for Kreuser up ahead, because he wants to see those two battling behind, slowing each other up, just so Lucas can build a gap and look after his tyres without having to push too hard. So, our next opportunity for Chris to get the backup position is going to be into the heavy braking zone at the end of this straight. They are all absolutely flying around here. They don't want to be pushing too hard too early though.
Oh,
Niels really late on the brakes there and nearly made a mistake. But yeah, Lucas has got it done before turn 1, and he is probably going to be hoping that he can keep it this way with ease, because Crossman does not seem to be putting a challenge back to Niels as it comes to the end of lap 1.
I saw Fusey struggling a little bit there at the beginning. Oh, and Hacklander almost... Well, not Hacklander, Bullwinkle almost spinning off there. What a wonderful job commentating there, man. I was enjoying that, hoping it was never going to end. These guys in the front, this battle, I want to watch nothing else than this, but we're not going to do this, guys. But I will assure you that these guys are going to have a blast on this track, and they're already pulling a gap on Lopez a little bit. Now, Kreuser, what he needs to do, what he wants to do, is not push. Or maybe he wants to push. Maybe he needs to push. But if he pushes, the track is hella hot, guys. It's 42 degrees. If you're gonna push now, within 10 laps, you're gonna have so much problem that your car is gonna be undrivable. Now, the lap times that these guys are pulling are quick, and they're pushing. Niels needs to follow him. If he doesn't, he's gonna lose a lot of time. But he can choose a different tactic. He can choose to let Kreuser go away at the beginning, middle in that stint. He can try to push, and look at that beautiful view at the back of the screen. All these cars lining up. By the way, can we put our hands together? Because this is the first time, the very first time in the second season that we haven't had a pit car or a safety car going out in the first lap. And we're almost heading over to the second lap as Kreuzer is leading the pack here still. Niels is now having a little bit of an action for himself, coming closer to Kreuzer. But Crossman, fastest guy in the qualies, not being able to put it on paper in the race. And I can see chat telling me not to jinx it, but hey, that's my job. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, now Crossman's under pressure from Lopez. Lopez has gone round the outside of him into turn 1. Can he make it stick?
Crossman now on the inside. I don't think Lopez wants this fight. Again, don't fight. Just follow. Don't fight, just follow. I think that's the best and ideal plan to do. Maybe you can save fuel and have an undercut on Crossman. But I'm not sure if that is... the race is long enough for this. Now let's go back a little bit further behind and see how the silver class is doing. Can you keep an eye out in the front? Just in the top 3, and keep me up to date when something happens. Darling?
Yep, I can.
Thank you.
I was still recovering from that one.
That's fine, it's fine, no worries. So we have men looking at the front. We have eyes looking at the front. If something happens, just let me know and I will try to go for a playback. Within maybe 30 seconds. Oh! And looking at the back, I think that's a Ferrari. Who was that? Who was that? Was that Nolner? No, that was not Nolner. Oh, that was an incident. I wasn't able to see how that was, but it might be this Ferrari that you're seeing right now, and it might be Nolner. I'm not sure. Nolner's still in the race, though. Let's go on board. Maybe we can see some damage on his car. Do we see damage on the Ferrari? No, wait, that's not Nolner. That's Helbig. What am I talking about? He seems to be having no damage at all. Could be just a Pontorino and he spun off. And he was able to save it. Yeah. Left side of the car, scratches. That's not dirt. That's not dirt. Definitely scratches, as you can see. And I think he is roughly having 5 seconds... a damage of 5 seconds. At most. Not gonna feel that for now. Later on the race he might feel it, but for now he is still good to go.
We shouldn't see a big incidents this week because Assetto Corsa creators updated the game through the week and have apparently improved their collision model, meaning that we get a lot more realistic collisions if they do happen, and you don't get cars flying off track if they just tap door to door and have racing incidents.
Yeah, that will be awesome. That will be really awesome. And Krim actually finding out the new emote that I have feels bad. It feels sad, crying. Well, that's what I'm gonna do when we're gonna have a sad race. But for now, it's an amazing race, and you can see on the timer at the top left, that Niels van Kukelt is actually following Kreuzer, but Crossman cannot follow. Crossman cannot follow. So I was right in the title saying that Niels van Kukelt is actually the new rival for Kreuzer.
And Kreuzer's having to go defensive into turn 4 now as well. He's not under full attack yet, but he's definitely taking defensive lines, and he's had a little slide and he's feeling the pressure, so it won't be long. But Niels has also made a mistake at the exit at the same corner. The pressure is building on Kreuzer, and you know it's early on in the race still, and he's probably not really used to this because he normally makes a gap if he gets up in front.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Knowing that Niels can have can be making mistakes really easily. Looking at the last week's race, but this guy can push. He can push really hard. By the way, Niels is streaming himself Look out for Niels, a name like Niels47, something like that. He is streaming himself. If you want to watch this fight from his perspective, go show him some love. Maybe we can have a shout out in the chat for him. There are a lot of streamers in this race. So if you want to see someone in specific, if you want to see someone race specifically, just go over to Twitch and browse, and you will probably find that driver. Now a quick update on this Saturday. Boom and I and a friend of Boom, we're gonna race at Kyalami for 6 hours. So if you guys want to watch that, feel free to join us by then. But Kreuzer, talking about the event, is now picking up the pace, and he's coming closer. And it feels like Niels might have overshot himself by pushing too much. It feels like Kreuzer is just driving steady laps, but Niels is really aggressive, and you can see him going all over the place, making mistakes, going on grass, on sand. He might actually push a little bit too much this early in the race. What do you think?
Crossman's coming back at them as well. I'm just looking at these lap times. 1:44.3. Now, a lot of people would have been hoping to set that in quali, not actually in the race. These lap times at the minute are just blisteringly fast, and I can't see that their tyres are going to be very happy with them, even this early on in the race, only 5 laps in.
Yeah, but this is a known tactic of Kreuzer. He pushes like hell early on in the race. Knowing this, these guys can have 2 options. They do the same thing. They push early on in the race, or they take a different approach. Apparently, Kreuzer's take on this, it worked for him. But later on the race, looking back in the last season, he made some mistakes, and he did slow down later on the race a lot. But this time, we have 1 mandatory pit stop for 1.5 hours. That means he needs to separate that tire. Conditioning, right? You can't push everything this early on, but all of these guys are doing it. They're having a gap for themselves. Now I think the difference is gonna be who's gonna make the first mistake, who's gonna spin off first, and that's gonna be the race for that guy. He won't be able to come back if they're all gonna go for the same strategy. I can never say that word, by the way.
Oh, strategy.
Strategy, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dowling, for teasing me with the word strategy.
Just say strat. Yeah.
All right, strat. The fish has a question. Please ask. Oh, Stein going wide here. But also, he's fighting for position 14, chasing Andy Turi. Andy Turi now having a McLaren behind him.
Still waiting for... Oh, there we go. Question. Field got stuck in the box at the start and is now a lap behind. Yeah. What was going on? I don't know. My team last weekend when you guys were streaming you streamed the Spa 3 hour, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, my team we had Oscar starting, and he hadn't really done a race before in ACC and forgot that he had to press drive on the grid. So we started from the box and a lap down. Unfortunately, it's just, I don't know, it's game quirk that if you start from the pit lane, you go a lap down. But I don't know why a driver would be stuck on the grid and not be able to press drive.
I had it once. It might be a game glitch.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, they're updating the game every week, and things happen when they have so much development in a game that's, already released.
Look at the pack here. Ferrari to Aston Martin in the front. Look at this. Amazing. Oh, the Ferrari's going to go for an action. That's going to be... Nope. Wow, what happened there? He could go for an action, but maybe he went for it too late. And you can see blue flags for Field, but he knows he's quicker than all of these guys. Let's see who's in that Ferrari. Oh. A lot of stuff happening. It's not updating. Nathan Pierce, 34th position. Tsunoda in the BMW. Going a little wide here. Nathan Pierce on the inside. Oh, no, he's not going to go for it. Yes, is he? No, he's not. He's going to push it for the straight, maybe. Now, this is important. If he has a good exit here, he might actually go for it in the next hard braking zone. Hard braking zone. That's not going to be now, but pretty damn soon. Well, no, he's not. Exit is not good enough. Alright, these guys are still at it. Going pretty damn well. They're not pushing. These guys might have a chance to come really close later on into the front. Let's go to Owen Wenlock. He always has a fight. Seeing that, the Ferrari is overtaking the Ferrari on the inside. Going through New Holland. Heading over to Elf. Yes, I learned something new. I know corner names. Now I know corner names, alright guys?
You're putting me to shame.
Nah, I just have my phone with names on it, that's all. I can't live with a lie. I just have corner names. Going through Renault, heading over to Repsol. I love it. But now I need to know what to do in these corners, and I can just make the commentary insane. Right now it's just 50%, it's not there yet. But that's okay. Still time to improve.
Helbig's Ferrari looks quite loose on the rear end there, so he could be from him pushing, but...
Agreed.
Yeah, he's got that past him, but it just depends if he can keep it ahead of... whoever it was.
Helbig? Oh, in front of him.
Who was Walker? Was it Walker behind him, or was it Wenlock?
I don't remember. Hang on. It was Wenlock.
Yeah, Wenlock. And there's been an incident actually, and unfortunately Wenlock has been caught up in that.
This is race control. Safety car is being deployed. Safety car being deployed.
Let's go back immediately. Good eyes watching that. 30 seconds we went back. Now these guys were also already in a fight.
Yeah, so it was the guys up ahead of Wenlock, and that pack got caught up. You'll just see the tail end of it now. As you can see, they were battling, and then Wenlock just gets caught out, and that's really unfortunate for him.
But was that safety car though? That's not safety car, right? They went back on track. Can we jump on board with Norback to see how his car is behaving? Of course we can. You ask and I listen. You demand and I listen. I obey.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say about that incident that we might see a large penalty applied to one of the cars there, because it looked like I could just see it on the screen that they went off track and sort of kept going off track and rejoined the racetrack and caused that incident. So it'll be interesting to see what race control do about that. Obviously there's a couple of guys in race control, very unique to league racing, that we can have live penalties implemented by race control during this. But yeah, hopefully they'll probably be quite quick with that one, because it looked very black and white.
Okay, so now later on in the race you can already see 5 seconds gap with Crossman and Lopez, and these guys, the top three, are just gonna fight for the finish line, I believe. I'm not sure how the strats are gonna be with the lapping and with pitting and when they're gonna pit, but I hope we can have a photo finish race here. I really feel it coming, guys. I really feel it coming, and I'm gonna put up the pressure by constantly trying to jinx it. But you know, when you jinx it and it doesn't get jinxed, that's the most satisfying feeling, right? That's the most satisfying feeling. So I wanted to talk about Tawed, actually. Tawed, 10th position. The guy must be happy. He never had such a fast... well, he did not have such a fast pace in the race. So he must be happy. The car is oversteering, as we can see. He might have... he might struggle with the tires. I'm not sure already. By the way, Krim, a really late reaction. I did pay the boss naturally, if you know what I mean. Translate that to Dutch. That's why the emote is really fast equipped, if you know what I mean. No, to be honest, I don't know, man.
It's interesting now because obviously, you know, those 3 guys at the front pushing really hard early on to build that gap, and that gap is going to be decimated by this safety car.
Oh, but yeah.
I don't think anyone will dive into the pits yet because we know that tyre wear is going to come into the race at some point because it's so hot. But I think it's too early on now for people to start doing their pit stops, and I don't think they'll be able to make tyres last for over an hour.
I think these guys in the front have made a huge mistake, and Lopez is the smarter guy here. Lopez just waited for this moment, and now he knows that the guys in front of him are struggling. If he has the pace, knowing that he has, looking at the papers, he did the smarter thing here. Now looking at Fusey, was being chased by Norback. Norback's car seems to be pretty okay. We can go back to the car. Please remind me, chat, to go back to the car and to see how his car is behaving.
Race control. Safety car coming in the end of this lap.
Will they let Field do a round? That would be...
Field is actually just put in chat that he's retiring. In-game chat.
Oh, that's not cool. That's not cool. That shouldn't happen. This would have been a perfect opportunity for him to just unlap himself. Yo, that's really shit. I'm sorry to say. Hey, but that's also mentality, right? The game fucks you in the backside, but you could fuck it back if you just stayed on the track and just... But I don't know. That's not for me to decide. That's unlucky, I guess. Excuse my language, by the way, guys.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, obviously we had the lap down incident on Saturday, but we just stuck at it and we ended up not last, which was good. But yeah.
How was that race going for you, though? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was really good, actually, really fun. Our setup wasn't the quickest, but we were really consistent. And if we weren't a lap down at the start, we would have ended up fighting for P14 or around those parts. So
yeah, we could have actually fought for a position there. Not gonna lie, we were P16, so you would have definitely like overtaken me or had a fight with me in that last stint.
We had a weird thing happen with our first pit stop as well, that they didn't add fuel during the stop, so we had to do an extra pit stop, which put us on the back foot. But yeah, the safety car is now in, and Lucas will control the pace until he can go. But it looks like he's gone pretty early. Yeah, he put the foot down straight out of the last corner, and he'll be wanting to build that gap again without a challenge. And there's already fighting further back.
Oh, some outbraking maneuvers there. Oh, Fusey going really back into it. And there's a small gap with Fusey and Andre there. And the Bentley is the last person in that gap. And from there on, we have I think six car tail here. Look at the mini-map. You can see how many cars are actually close to each other there. Look at that. That's insane.
It's the perfect opportunity now for the guys that have been saving their tyres to push and try and make progress on the top 3, because they're going to be thinking they went away at the start, but now they're going to be struggling right up until that pit stop.
Absolutely agree with you, but also the tires have been cooling down, so they could just start over from the beginning like they did, right? The tires, when they overheat, when they start to turn yellow, that's the moment when you start losing grip. Already before that point. But now the pit stop actually helped these tires get colder again. So now they can push yet another time, but later into the race. So it doesn't really matter how you look at this. It could be good for them or bad. Now, Fusey this time actually trying to follow Lopez. You can see that red AMG following the blue dot at the back. Now, I'm calling it the blue dot not to disrespect it, because the Bentley is almost sacred. Now, Niels going on the outside, showing himself in the mirror. Now, on the other side of the car, Kreuser's looking in the back rear mirror. I can see his neck turning all over the place. I'm kidding, I can't. And let's look at the leader, or let's look at the timetables here real quick. And see in one eyesight where everyone is. So up to 24 position is Antitori, he lost positions. Kexel gained position. Josh Morris gained positions. Cornelius gained positions, and he's actually leading the silver class now. Stijn Evering second in the silver class. Rowland leading the class in AM class with a lot of pro. Look at all these pro drivers behind him. That's crazy. Oh, and as we're talking about it, let's go back real quick. Real quick, Burak. Real quick. Let's go back 30 seconds as the action happened already. Yes, he's not going to regain that position back. Let's go back as Niels actually overtook Kreuser. And this is what I was talking about. This is what I was waiting for. On the straight. Picks up the slipstream. Let's go a little bit closer here. Oh, this is not it. This is not it. And oh, Kreuser outbrakes himself. He makes a mistake. He makes a mistake! The first time Kreuser is making a mistake because someone is pushing him from behind! Write it down in the books of history, man! But still, they're fighting for it. Crossman is a little bit leaned back. He doesn't want to get interrupted by this. And he doesn't want to interrupt them. Knowing that they could have made a mistake and taken out with this.
Crossman's about to put the move on Kreuser, I think.
Is this the moment when Kreuser is gonna lose it? Niels must be happy right now, and he can actually push. Crossman wants to follow that orange dot there. Lopez trying to follow. He's not able to keep up. He's just not able to keep up. Maybe later on in the race, but for now, he can't. Now look at this field, guys. It looks like a Hollywood movie. Oh, damn.
Annoyed that I missed that one, but there was so much going on further back. There was overtakes left, right, and centre, but damn, that's some heartbreak for Lucas there. But obviously, we've got over an hour left to go. No pit stops have happened yet. Can Niels keep Lucas under control behind him for the next hour?
I think for now, Kreuser needs to settle down. He needs to focus again, regain his concentration, and now he can do the. And now he can do the boom tactic on Niels, actually. So keep an eye out for the top, as I'm gonna look further down the list. Please, Dowling, if you want to, because I don't want to miss out anything there.
I'll keep an eye up front.
Let's see, I think
Niels has made a mistake in turn 1. Kreuser's up the inside of turn 3.
Crossman actually, oh, Crossman also looking for a piece of cake there, and he's gonna get it. Niels loses 2 positions in one corner as Kreuzer is really nasty there, going wide and giving that position, helping Crossman. I think that was planned. That must have been planned.
No, I don't think so. It looked like he locked up his rear wheels trying to put the power down, or he spun up the rear wheels trying to put the power down and made a mistake.
And look at this Lopez right behind Niels. Niels loses 2 positions by just one sector of the race. 1, 2, 3, 4, so close to each other. I am surely gonna lose my voice tonight.
And looks like there's going to be a move down into the left-hander here. Niels is going to try and put it round the outside of Crossman, and he has. He's gone off track. Is he going to be able to make it stick? This is where accidents happen, but no, Crossman has given him room. He didn't have to there because Niels had gone off track.
Oh, they collide and they touch, but this is ACC at its best. Actually improved, because this time they stick on the track, and this is what they have improved on. But look at Kreuzer actually taking a little bit of a lead for himself. And this is, I don't know. This is, you know, I don't.
It's all happening.
Oh my god, I'm so hyped, man.
They're racing like it's a sprint race. They're racing like there's only a few laps left, but we've got still over an hour remaining.
True, but I think that the main idea here for the driver is I want to lead the race. I want to have the saying in the pace. If I have to stay behind someone, that's gonna hold me back. And look at how Kreuzer is taking this opportunity to gain track for himself. This is the first time in the race that we see Lopez chasing the Porsche, the orange Porsche, and now he is picking up the pace. Look at how he is being aggressive here.
Yeah, just gonna make note that I think Novak has made a mistake, or something's happened to him, because he dropped all the way down from P6 to P17. So when that battle for the lead was going on there, and they were starting to trip over each other, Novak has had an issue there.
Let's go back to Fusey. How is Fusey doing? Actually, he became a top contender in my eyes. This guy, I have so much respect for him. The only one in the AMG, always fighting in the front. I loved... Fusey, I love you! Hear me! Alright, Kexel behind him in the Bentley. Krim, what a guy.
And Lucas is now coming up to lap traffic, so that's going to start playing a part in this battle for the lead.
I agree. Josh Morris is now chasing. I believe Josh Morris is now giving a little bit... picking up his pace in this season, and he's actually fighting for a position that he, I think, never fought for in this season. Something happened with Josh Morris, and I'm not sure what it is. Or Kreuzer became a lot faster, or there are more competitive people in this league, or Josh Morris is just struggling with keeping up with the pace here. I don't know what it is.
We've got three definite new contenders for race wins this season. You know, since the start. Niels here, obviously Lopez, his first race is showing that he can probably finish on the podium if Crossman can't get it together anytime soon. Obviously Crossman's shown his pace, and Kexel has been up there near the front since it was Kyle Army, wasn't it? I think he put in a hell of a performance and had a really good result. And I don't think it's Josh has got slower, it's just the competition has increased, and you know, that's good to see.
I have to agree with you here, and Norback is back to 16th position. I think he spun off.
This is race control. Safety car being deployed. Safety car being deployed. No overtaking.
Can we find where...
that's Niels. That's Niels. He's had an incident at the end of the lap.
Oh, he's falling. Oh, he's falling back down the list. And now he's... Oh, look at this. Look at this. He's heading into the pit lane. And behind him, look at how many people are going into the pit lane. And there's an incident in the pit lane there. What the hell is this? I've never seen such a thing in my life.
Could we get a replay on board with Niels going back about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, just to see a build up to what happened there?
All right, 2 minutes going back into the time. And yes, he is still racing. We're going to see what happened here. That's a good call. A lot of people now in the pit lane doing their mandatory pit stops. Now, Niels can have a repair for himself, but I think he lost a shot for a podium place here.
I think he got taken out by a blue flagged car.
He must be crying then. Now, that's a blue flagger. Who is the blue flagger, though? You can see race control on the side of the field waving the flag. I went back pretty damn far. So we're gonna see... it's the safety car is still out, so no worries about that. So let's see. So he still fights for the position here. Lopez still pretty damn close to him. Kreuzer is now gonna overtake the lapped car. I think Kreuzer is gonna do it somewhere around here. Maybe on... Oh! Okay, so the lapped... Oh, you must be kidding me! No way!
I haven't seen it.
I think that is why Andre Norbach was 16th position. Now, unsafe. This is really unsafe, Niels. But you're definitely gonna get something to hear about how you entered the track. And that might even be a penalty for you there.
Yeah, he does it twice there, and he comes into the pits really late as well. I'm about 5 seconds behind because obviously I'm watching the replay on your stream.
Yeah. So what happened there is Andre Norbach, I think that was Andre. Andre spun off, and Niels went to the right of him.
I don't know if that's Norbach or whether it's Norbach's teammate.
Or it's Norbach, or it's his teammate. Norbach was 16th position. That could have not been Norbach. That's his teammate, I think. So what happened there is the car got grip and then went over to the other side, the side where Niels decided to go. If he had picked the other side, he would have been safe. Now Niels is back on track. He must have repaired his car. And he did his mandatory pit stop, so he changed tires. The only thing he can do now is hope for the best. And I think he is not gonna have a podium place here.
Yeah,
I think
Kreuz has managed to do his pit stop, and he's come out leading everyone else who's done their pit stop.
now, again, guys, the game is the race is not over. This could happen again with someone else. The race leader now, Tauscher. Man, oh man. Now, there's a lot of catching up to do because I have totally lost track of where everyone is. But I'm going to give it a couple laps and then we will know where everyone is.
Yeah, there are a few cars involved in that incident, so race control might... I think it'll probably be another lap or two before safety car comes in.
Hey, this is racing. This happens. It's unlucky. He had to choose a different side where he wanted to go.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, the car rolling back should have just stamped on the brakes. It happens. Some people remember to do it sometimes, but then when you've had a spin, you've been hit, you're flustered, you're shouting at the other guy that's hit you, and you sometimes forget to put your foot on the brake. But that's going to be a penalty post race or during the race for that driver, but then it also doesn't excuse Niels' rejoin after he had the spin, because he rejoined in front of one car and then nearly did exactly the same thing and nearly got hit by another car.
True.
So he might serve a bigger penalty for that,
I think he's gonna have a huge penalty for him just because he wanted to go back on track way too fast and way too unsafe.
Those who watched Formula 1 last year, Sebastian Vettel at Monza did a similar thing and took out another car and then got heavily penalised for it. So, you know, these things happen. It's unfortunate. You get flustered and you make mistakes rejoining the track, but it's something that everyone has got to learn.
I think it's okay for someone that's just having his second or third race in this, you know, with these drivers. And I think I'm like, if he gets a penalty, he's definitely gonna learn from that, and he has to agree with that penalty. But it might be possible that this is something that he first needs to experience and then learns. And I think from last week where he was overdriving his car, he might actually learned a lot from that. Because right now he is pushing Kreuzer and he didn't make a major mistake as far as I can remember. He actually made Kreuzer made a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably not going to challenge for the lead of the championship during this season, but you know, it's a learning season for him now, having joined 5 races in. What week are we? Are we week 5 or week? I've lost track. This lockdown has got me losing days. But yeah, if he can learn, he can make his mistakes this season and learn everything that he's not got to not do from now on, then next season he's definitely going to be challenging Lucas for that championship.
Boom is saying week 6. I actually didn't know either. So yeah, it's crazy stuff happening here.
Yeah, so we got 2 more weeks to go. So you know, it's perfect for Niels to make his mistakes now, and then he can mount a proper championship challenge for next season.
So I have my I have the YouTube chat in front of me as well. Can YouTube say hello to us? Other than Boom. Oh, damn.
Racing is Life has just said hi guys in the Twitch chat.
Yeah, that's Twitch. I love you, Twitch. I love you, Twitch! But I want to receive some love from YouTube. Let them lurk? Oh, that's fine, okay. That's okay, man. I just wanted something, okay? I just wanted something, okay? I will never ask again. But hey guys, good to see you and welcome. And I will have 2 chats to keep an eye out now.
I don't know what's going on, but Niels is passing cars under the safety car. I don't know if it's yeah. The safety car's been here for a while.
I have to agree with you, and I'm actually seeing this as well. He's overtaking a lot of cars. I'm not sure if this is...
I mean, I know he's trying to catch up to the back of the pack, but you're not meant to overtake cars under the safety car unless instructed by race control, and we haven't heard anything from race control. So yeah, I know he's probably overtaking a blue flagged car. I can't tell, but safety car means no overtaking.
Yeah. Well, he almost caught up with the pack, and
safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap.
Renee, okay man, shout out from the tube. Racing is life again. DJ Ankov, wait, hang on. D. Junkovic? Hello mate, how you doing? Please let us know what you think about the stream. please let us think about what we think about Dowling, my co-host, my co-commentator. But don't say a word about me. I'm trash. But I think we're gonna go pretty damn soon.
Yeah, there's the safety car's coming in the end of this lap, and I'm just gonna update you on what Neil's actually overtook a car for position there during a safety car lap, but I don't know if the car let him through, so we will wait and see what happens with that.
Kreuzer now behind Tauscher. If Kreuzer can keep if Tauscher can keep Kreuzer behind him, because I know that Tauscher and Niels are pretty, they know each other, and if Tauscher wants to be a cockblock here, he can actually fight with Kreuzer. Because
he hasn't done his pit stop.
True,
well.
He hasn't done his pit stop, so he can actually sacrifice his race for Niels to catch up.
True. Was it actually your birthday yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, happy birthday, man.
Oh, thank you.
For yesterday. But I'm not gonna sing.
Happy birthday. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You want me to sing?
No. Not on stream, man.
Not on stream.
I'll call you privately. Here's
okay.
I
charge for that.
Here's my number. So cringe me, baby. Oh, I mean, call me, maybe. I mean,
Anyway,
can we race again? It's taking way too long.
Michael's putting his foot down at the last corner. The safety car has disappeared, and we are back racing again. Cringe moment of 2020 there. But yeah, Lucas is going to want to get past him as quick as possible, because his nearest challenger in terms of pace is Chris Crossman back in 5th, and he's going to want to pull away before Crossman gets back up to speed. As I can see in the background, actually, he's getting caught up with Fusey. But yeah, Michael has kept the lead for now.
True, and
first heavy braking zone since they've got going.
Kreuzer is actually just trying to overtake already. He wants to get past Tauscher ASAP, as soon as possible. He wanted to be in front of him already. Kreuzer's tactic is to go boom and ham in the early stages of racing, and then, relax if he wants to. That's what he wants. But now Tauscher is actually cock blocking him, as I thought. He's definitely slowing him down, and he's definitely going to defend.
Yeah, you can see Kreuzer, he's weaving back and forth behind him, trying to show that he's quicker. And yeah, he's probably going to get the pass move done. The move done here.
Tauscher is on the inside. No. Oh my god, such a clean overtake here. Now Tauscher needs to make sure that he's not going to ruin the race for Lopez behind him. The fight for him is over already.
I'm just about to say, where has the sun gone? I know we're racing, I think, into the evening, but it has gone awfully overcast, and it looks like it is cooling down a fair bit.
True, and I think these guys are going to be happy with this, as the tires are going to be happy with this as well. Although the PSI is going to drop. So these guys are going to be able to push incredibly fast for the upcoming couple minutes, but then they need to push, otherwise the tires are going to be too cold, as Lopez wants to have an action for him, as 3 Bentleys are chasing each other, which is the first time we're having seen this. Look at this view, it's beautiful. Lopez now trying to go onto the inside, and he is going to have the inside. Look at that beautiful line he takes here. Is he going to outbrake? Yes, he is going to give that position, as Tauscher almost comes into close, too fast, and that's Kexel taking that position as well. Tauer, however, 8th position. He is actually happy as well. His car is going faster and faster. Like, this is crazy, guys. The Bentleys are taking over.
Race control. Car number 4, 10 seconds stop and go for overtaking this field and unlapping themselves without permission from race control.
And that's probably Niels, right?
Which car did he say?
4.
4. No, that's T Farish, which I believe maybe who got caught up with Niels. If I just go on board quickly, and yes, he has the same livery. I would assume that it was him that got caught up in that incident and caused the safety car in the first place. So, as I said, we didn't see him doing it, but he was overtaking cars into the safety car without permission of race control, and it has resulted in quite a large penalty, actually, of driving into the pits and having to stop for 10 seconds before driving off again.
I see. So I'm seeing Fusey struggling with Morris behind him. Morris outbraking himself almost, and Lando is bolt now. Lando Norris is bolt, guys. Oh, I make you cringe. Well, it's for charity, right? Or no?
Yeah, he raised 12 grand or something in a charity stream, and now he had to shave his head. I mean, well done raising money for charity, but I couldn't imagine going bald.
Well, that hair is going to go back, and in maybe 20 years we're going to forget about it. So, whatever.
Chris Crossman is really having a hard time getting past the Toyota here, if I say his name right. But yeah, what's going on, Chris? You're the fastest guy in quali, and now you're stuck behind a Bentley.
Crossman 5th position. He's not, but yeah, indeed, he's not happy with this. As I said, the Bentleys are taking over. Let's see how much pressure Tower is going to have on the Porsche in front of him. Look at this. He's pressuring. Guys, the Bentleys are taking over. And I'm not kidding. Look at this. The Porsches are slowing down. And Tower is now increasing his pace. Actually, some inside information about Tower. I talked with him before the race, and he said my tactic would be something like, whoa, I don't know what that was, but that was an alien.
There's a bit of Back to the Future there. I don't know what that was at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like Nick Walker has entered the pits. Perhaps he returned to pits and caused a weird thing to happen, but it didn't hit anyone, so it's fine. And Crossman looks like he's passed the Boatley he was stuck behind.
Fusey on the inside, outside, now inside. Morris on the inside. Fusey goes a little bit on the peak there. Is not going to go through, or is he? His nose is there, but the rest of his body isn't. And now, oh, he goes wide. Josh Morris overtakes. Oh, and Tower, almost the same thing that happened to him today. On the inside, now Tower bumps and he loses it. No way, Tower. No way. I'm never going to watch you again. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love you. Shit happens. Well, that was close, guys. Close racing. It was too close. They touched each other.
Yeah, it was an optimistic dive bomb there. Fortunately, it was only a Tower that I think resulted in having a spin from that. So, you know, he went for it, made a little mistake. He's paid for it. I'm sure he'll catch back up to the guys if they continue to fight. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone's got any proper damage.
I hope not. Well, I can definitely see the cars are much heavier when it comes down to touching each other, right? So cars are not flying anymore. But that's good. I think that's gonna really help racing in overall. You know, people make mistakes. And I'm not talking about Tower now, he made a mistake. But people make mistakes in races. And to be punished with that mistake, it's I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was evident from Niels' accident that if that had happened before, the car would have gone flying, probably ended up on its roof, and it would have been really heavy damage. But, you know, there was quite a heavy collision they had today, and it, you know, nothing really went flying, so it's an improvement for everyone.
I agree. I don't want to fight with Tower anymore. He's dangerous, says Boom. Well, I have to agree with you, man. Keep an eye. Well, Saturday he's not going to race, by the way. And now, who is that in the Ferrari on the inside? The BMW. Is that Pavlicek? No, that's Janoda. Now, Niels also in the inside of Janoda. He's going to take that position for himself. He wants a little bit of that cake, and he's going to get it. you know, they're slowing down here in the race. Half an hour still to go. And Niels van der Koekel, 25th position. I don't think he is eager for that fight anymore. I'm not sure. I don't see aggressive. I don't see an aggressive Niels. 144.3 fastest lap time. Now he's driving 146. 3 seconds slower a lap.
Whereas Lucas and Lopez in P1 and P2 are 144.9 last lap, so they're still flying, and everyone else is going a bit slower. And Lopez is keeping Kreuzer honest here in that Bentley.
I agree. As they go into New Holland onto the straight, Bentley is quite fast here. Let's see if Crossman is going to get the slipstream here.
5-second time penalties for 97, 14, 179 and 4. 15-second penalty for causing a collision for car number 3. 10-second penalty for 27 for 2 separate incidents of driving standards. 15 seconds for causing a collision to 364 and a drive-through for causing a collision for 74.
That's a lot of pounds.
Yep,
Not keep up.
but the number that we did not hear was 47, right?
Yeah, I did not hear number 47. I don't know if race control are aware of what was going on behind the safety car.
No, I don't want to be a douchebag and give that guy a penalty while, you know, if race control isn't going to look at it, he's lucky, but I don't want to, you know, maybe we should stop talking about it. Maybe he might get lucky, but hey, it should be seen. He should be warned about that, at least. He should have a warning for that, at least.
So one of the guys picking up a penalty was Sam Keynes, who's always the AM driver that is up mixing it with the silvers and pros. So he's had an incident at some point in the race. Was it? Oh, see, now he has the same colour Audi as Farish has. So now I'm not 100% sure who caused that last lap incident, but he's generally a lot further up the field, so I don't think he would have been being lapped that early on.
Toward on the inside, going into the straight, and that car is just quick, man. Norback also behind. He's gonna have a piece of that cake for himself. And is Norback gonna go into the inside of Tower? No, Tower defends the inside. Pikalauskas, I'm sorry for ruining your name, is still on the outside. He's now on the inside, and he's gonna take that position back, but no, Tower takes it back. Now they're side by side. Tower takes the inside, and he's gonna have that position for himself. Norback now on the inside of Lauskas. Lauskas goes wide. And is he gonna outbrake Norback here? He is still going for it. No, he is not. Norback takes that position. Oh my god, what is happening? Thank you, Tobe, for actually calling this out. You are the man of today.
Dominic went wide at the hairpin then, and is under pressure from Norback straight away because he got slowed down by the gravel trap.
Tower now defending Norback in his back, going at it. I'm almost starting to rap here, Dowling. Like, stop me, man.
Can't stop the rap god.
It's getting hot in here.
It's good to see some silver drivers up ahead of them as well. You know, we had Josh Cornelius up in P3 last week. He's in P9 at the minute, so he's showing that he's not a one-track pony, and contending for the top 10 again during this race.
True, Tauscher still needs to do his mandatory though. I think he's way too late to do that one actually. Now Norback in the slipstream. Is he gonna go for that position of Tower? And he is gonna try to outbrake. Tower goes onto the inside. Norback wants to follow him, but then goes over to the outside. Now Norback on the inside, looking, pushing, smelling, looking, grinding Tower. to make a mistake, inserting the hashtag boom tactic. But is it gonna work on Tauer as the green, lime, yellow, greenish Bentley number 22 is having a fight of his night? Rumble in the jungle. I'm ruining everything, man. Rumble in the jungle, I should say. Norback still following. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to update you. Chris Crossman has passed Kexel for P3. So now we have Porsche, Bentley, Porsche, Bentley, Porsche in the top 5.
We could make a song out of that. Porsche, Bentley, and then the rest of the song. Damn, son.
Musician.
I love music. Kreuzer is leading now for 1.4 seconds. Lopez, knowing that the Bentleys are going to go faster. What's his lap time? His lap time is 145.0. Now going over to the finish line. 155.1. They have exactly the same lap time. Look at this. It, like... the difference is almost... The difference is nothing. Alright, Kreuzer's faster, but the difference is... It's not there. You can't see it with the naked eye.
Yeah, and we've seen Kreuzer make a mistake today, which shows he's not as alien as we once thought. And Lopez is in prime position to capitalize on Kreuzer if he makes another mistake, an uncharacteristic mistake, we should say.
Hillebrand is noticing us on YouTube. I retired cause my effing game crashed. Couldn't write anything. Also, some of the driving from lapped cars and other dudes on lead lap was absolutely appalling. Well, I think you should report that and hope for the best. Hope for the best, Hillebrand. I'm sorry for you, man. Lopez still walking in step by step, coming closer here on the lead guy. Let's see what else is going on the field.
Good battle for P7 at the minute. Obviously, off the back of the battle with Dominic and Norback, we've now got 3 to 4 cars battling for P7.
Howard is really picking up the pace here. He's driving 146.2, which is not really fast, but faster than Cornelius. Cornelius' last lap was a 147.3, so he definitely gained more than a second. And look at this fuel. Look at this fuel. I want to show you this. Look at this. Look at it. Are we going to see something happening here? Tower, is he going to have a draft? Is he going to come closer? Yes, he is. He's actually chasing the Aston Martin in front of him. The red one, Kunze, is defending, going on a defensive line. Oh, wait, Cornelius going wide. Oh, Helicam view, help me. Well, that's a 4. That's what the hell is going on here? Norback on the inside of Cornelius. Tower now leading them. And Kunze leading them as well. Okay. Cornelius not giving that position, goes on the tarmac, slides it a little bit, loses ground here, and that's gonna be it. Now Norback shows himself on the inside of Tower. Tower shows himself on the inside of Kunze. Kunze going the normal line. Tower now on the outside, inside. He's all over the place. Is he gonna go for it? We know that this is a position for him that he wants to take that. They're going to head over to the hard braking zone. If Tower gets a good exit, that's going to be a lot of that. It's going to be a lot for him. If you guys, by the way, SO to Tower, if you guys want to see that on board constantly, go over to his stream and give a shout out and share some love. Say that we have sent him, and here it is. Here he is. Kunze outbreaks himself, makes a mistake. Is Norback going to take that position as well? Yes, he is. And that's Cornelius showing up as well. Now Cornelius on the outside, Kunze on the inside. Dowling, take over, man. Take over.
Yeah, Kunze is really going to have to try hard to defend that position there, because he is battling Cornelius for P1 in the silver class right now, and there are 4 silver class cars right on top of each other behind. So yeah, obviously Dominic's got that done, and it looks like he's going to pull away easily from the other guys. Norback is sitting in his slipstream still, and will want that toe down straight, and he wants to get as far away from those drivers that are battling behind, just so he doesn't get caught out by any late braking.
Now Cornelius on the inside. Oh, it's still not over. Oh, 2 Aston Martins almost find each other, and now Cornelius is back on track, and that is what adrenaline and that is what insanity is gonna do with you. But no one has touched each other. No one has died it, gone into the realm, the unknown realm. Like, oh my god, that was gonna be really close. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I had to scream that out.
No, that's fine. That was the perfect reaction. It looks like I may have jinxed it a bit by saying that Norback wanted to get away before anything happened, and he did just enough there, and probably saw an Aston Martin flying towards him in his rearview mirror, and probably held his breath and closed his eyes and did a quick prayer.
True. I have to agree with you on that one. Now, Andre is not giving up. He's not giving up on this Bentley. He's not giving up. But does he have the pace? That's going to be the question. It seems that Tower is just going faster and faster. Although Norback might have a slipstream here, and he can actually find himself on the inside of Tower, but I think Tower is always going to defend on the inside. That is Tower, what we've seen from last lap. Again, Towers decides to go on the inside. Now, no, he goes back to the outside. Now, this is Andre. Andre tries to outbrake, but it's not going to work. Tower really at the latest point on the brake. Andre not going to go for it. I believe that Andre is now calculating. He's learning. He's keeping an eye out for where his strong points are and what he can do in the last 20 minutes to decide if he wants to go for this or if he wants to wait and do the boom tactic for the rest of the 20 minutes. If you don't know what the boom tactic is, if you are new in the stream and if you don't know boom, the boom tactic is basically you put as much pressure, you are as heavily breathing as possible in the neck of the car in front of you. And because of your breathing so heavily in the neck of the car in front of you, that means that the car in front of you is not going to be able to hear anything else than the breathing in the neck, right? That's the only thing he's going to hear. What that means is the pressure is going to build up so much that he wants to like kick you in the balls, in the nutsack, but he can't because then he needs to release himself from the steering wheel. And if he decides to do that, if he decides to turn around and kick you in the nuts, that's the moment when he makes a mistake and goes off. That's the boom tactic. I couldn't have explained it better.
I'm speechless. I hope I never have the boom tactic done on me. So boom, stay away from me on Saturday. If you're behind me, just go through. I don't want anyone breathing on my neck.
Well, everyone is going to go through that once.
Yeah. So that instant, turn 1, the last lap, or 2 laps ago, has left a 3-way battle for the lead of the silver class with only 23 minutes left to go, and they are P10 and P11 are going for it straight away and trying to sort themselves out. And there's Alexis there. Alexis in the top 10.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and Andy Turi's behind them in the GTR. Probably saying, get out of my way. I want to go through. I don't want to get caught up in this. I'm a pro driver, but you know they don't have to move over. They can do as they wish.
True, I have to agree. Now, what do you think of Cornelius' mindset? How do you think he is in this race? He made a huge mistake, lost a lot of positions. I think he overdrove himself and missed the braking zone. That's what happens to me, although I am having that moment where I think that I can overtake, but I I just lose track of my braking zone, and I want to react on the car in front of me. When he brakes, I brake. That means I'm gonna brake later, but that means also I'm gonna brake way too late, and then stuff like that happens. You need to keep a braking point for yourself on the track, around the track, not the car in front of you. That's not gonna work. Especially not at the end of the straight.
Yeah, he was on the extreme right of the track, and you rarely find yourself over there. So he's probably normally used to looking to the left-hand side of the track for his braking marker, going, there it is, I can brake now, and I'll make it around the corner nice and fast. But he was on the extreme right trying to do a pass. He had a car right on his left, probably blocking the rest of his view of the track. So it was guesswork, and he wanted to brake later, and he was too late. It's a downhill braking zone as well. So you've got to bear that in mind, that you've got to not only stop your car, but you've got to stop your car that's getting assisted by gravity there, and it's really easy to miss the braking zone there and make a mistake.
This is race control.
Pack.
2 5-second penalties for 47 for 2 separate collisions.
There it is.
5 seconds and number 7 for a collision.
There it is. That's the number that we were afraid of to be able to hear.
Yeah, those are for the collisions after his spin, I assume. Obviously, he got caught up in that first incident that wasn't his fault. But then when he was rejoining the racetrack, he then caused a further 2 incidents.
Yep. That's a shame. But it's okay, we talked about this. He has time to recover from this. Not in this race, but mentally. And that's totally fine. The guy is still young, and he has nothing to prove. He has everything to gain.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, the first half of the race as well, he showed that he's more than a challenge for Lucas, and he'll be there in the future.
Yep.
And yeah, Boom has just given an easier explanation of he won't overtake you. You will let me overtake. So,
True.
So yeah.
You will open the door for me. I'm not gonna touch that door. I'm not even gonna look at the door. You're gonna open it for me. High class Boom. Nose up in the air. I love it. I love it, man.
Oh, I've just realised that Tauscher, who was leading the race after the safety car because he hadn't done his pit stop, he's now done his pit stop and he's a lap down. But he's also got a stop and go 30-second penalty. I'm not sure where that has come from, but he's gone from being right at the front to now being right at the back. But he is trying to unlap himself with Lopez. And we just hope for Lopez here that nothing really comes of this pressure, because they're not racing. Tauscher really shouldn't be trying to put on too much pressure, because he's pretty much out of this now. He's not going to make it back to the front in the last 20 minutes.
Oh, and looking at Norbach, he's Andre Norbach is on the inside. Is he gonna touch? Is he gonna touch Tower? No, he doesn't touch. How did he not touch Tower there? How? Oh my! The ass of the Bentley is so huge, man. How do you not touch?
Yeah, if Tower had to go narrow then into that corner onto the straight, which means he was compromised coming out, going slower. Novak tries to go around the outside. He's made it stick. He's going to be on the outside again. There's no room up there into that next corner, though. He's going to have to back out and keep the pressure on. I think his prime place for an overtake is going to be into turn 1.
Absolutely. He knows where he can attack Tower now. He knows he can just wait for the rest of the lap. He can just save his tires. But that moment, that one moment, although
race control.
Andre Norbach, 5 seconds penalty.
Driving standards to 5:01 and a 5-second penalty for standards to 96.
That's a shame. That's such a shame. Andre Norbach, 5 seconds penalty. He had 17 minutes to overtake Tauer and have a 5-second gap for himself. That's not gonna happen. I missed it as well. I don't know. We've seen Andre dropping down to 16th position for a moment. Maybe that's the moment.
Oh, there's just been a big collision at turn 4. Are we going to see another safety car?
And there's Niels actually gaining a lot of positions right now. Or is he still 15th position? Helbig in front of him. That's someone that can race. Now Niels putting up the pressure on the inside. Is he gonna keep that? Yes, he is. Look at how dirty that car is. It's full of damage still.
Yeah, I'm afraid I jinxed it, and that Lexus that was in P10 was the car that I just saw going off, so he's fallen down. So commentator's curse there, I do apologise.
Actually, we don't. We love it.
It makes it interesting.
Yeah, man. Well, that's why I'm here, to jinx everything. I don't give a damn about the race. I just want to jinx everything. I'm probably gonna break my leg soon or something. I don't know. Karma's a bitch. Of course I'm joking, guys.
The battle is still on between Novak and Dominic. They are really trying each other out there, and Dominic's putting on hell of a defensive drive to keep Novak behind, because Novak's definitely the quicker driver. He set the fastest lap time, and
and they touch this time. Where's Towett?
He kept it together. He had a little slide, but
is he gonna give? Is Novak gonna give that position back? I don't think so. He knows that he has a 5-second gap that he needs to fill in.
But he should. I think he should give that position back though, because he was the one that caused the contact there, and he gained a position out of it. And I think race control will want him to see him give the place back. Otherwise, it's going to be further penalties.
True. There is a new penalty system. If you have too many penalties, you will be able to do something. I forgot what, but Dowling, I know you know what they have to do. Tobe is saying 50-50. Yeah, maybe he closed the door on him too much. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think a lot of the responsibility is on the driver doing the attacking to get past cleanly. And if that door looks like it's going to close on you, you're going to have to notice that and pull out of it. He had plenty of room to slow down and narrow his angle so he doesn't make contact. But yeah, we'll see what race control think of it. Dominic hasn't put up a message in chat asking for it to be looked at, so he's probably going to keep his head down and perhaps look at it after the race. But at the end of the day, Novak's got a 5-second penalty. If he doesn't get 5 seconds ahead of him, then it's no problem for Dominic.
No, I went back a minute, and it was more than a minute. Maybe I should have pressed 2 minutes, then we would have been able to see. Yeah, again, guys, if you want to see the on-board stream of Moto Domek, go over to him and you will see his reaction and you can talk about it. He will be happy to talk about it, I think. You will see an upset guy, though, but that's okay. He had this going for him the whole day. But it's a nice guy to talk with. Also, after the race, don't move your asses, because I'm gonna have a lot of interviews with, hopefully, a lot of drivers. Let's see. Let's go. I want to look at the timetable here for a second. So the leading car for silver is Kunze. Wait, 12 and 13. They're actually pretty damn close. Kunze, Cornelius, and Pokalauskas. They're just driving for 1, 2, 3 in the silver class. This race is still not over, guys. We have a fight. Look at this. You can see on the left, it's 86, 8, and 44. They're 1, 2, 3 in the silver class in this race. And they are so close to each other that you can actually hear the other car on board of this car. That's how close they are. Oh, and that's Cornelius going on the inside. Is he going to keep going? Are we going to see him on the right side of the screen? If we are going to see him, he is going to go for... And yeah, there he is! He went for it! And that's Cornelius doing his job. Now he is leading the silver class. Silver class is going hard right now.
Yeah, and Laukas is, I can't say it, I've murdered his name, but he's just going to have to put up with it. He's pushing hard onto the rear of Kunze there, and he can probably see that, you know, I can get that P2 and perhaps even have a battle with Cornelius for the lead of the silver.
Last 10-11 minutes of the race. Now we will probably have around 4 out of my head. 4 laps, 5 laps maybe.
5, yeah, 5 maybe 4.
Now
4 to 5 laps.
Hecklander on the inside. Hecklander on the inside. Is that going to be Hecklander? Yes, it is going to be Hecklander. The pro class driver is going to say hello. And Lauskas is now able to follow this guy. He might follow him. Is Motodomek Tower? Yeah, he is Hellebrand.
And P1 and P2 for the amateur class are pretty much less than a second apart on track now as well, coming into the last 10 minutes. Sam Cairns in P2 of does have a 15-second penalty. We're not sure what it's for. I think it was a collision earlier on in the race. So there's that, but they're battling on track for the victory of AM class.
As Shipston is the faster guy, I believe, although Cairns in the Audi. Well, I think he was the guy. Was he the guy that hit Niels or no? I don't really know.
I don't think he was. I think his penalty came a little bit earlier on in the race.
All right, then back to Cornelius as he is now leading the silver class. Kunze now being overtaken by Hecklander, I believe. Yep. Hecklander 15-second penalty. Cornelius no penalty. Kunze no penalty. So Hecklander is now the one with the 15-second penalty.
Niels has made it back into the top 10 on track. I know he's got a 10-second penalty, so we'll probably lose a few positions if he doesn't pull a big enough gap. But to come back from 30-something place after that crash earlier on to the top 10,
yeah, that's crazy.
Hell of a drive.
That's crazy. We missed out on all of these overtake moments, but yeah, he did a pretty good job. All right, then, last 8 minutes of the race. And these guys are not really pushing each other now. Although Cornelius is trying to pick up the pace. He might overdrive him in these last 8 minutes. I'm not sure. Niels driving on his own right now. He does not have anyone in front of him. Pretty damn close. It's going to be Tower in front of him. And I think Tower is now closing on Norback. Or isn't he? No, he's... Well, the gap stayed the same. And I think Norback is the faster guy here. Tower and... No, wait. Dominic is the faster guy in the last lap. And that's why it looks like he came a little bit closer. Pio Min, thank you so much. Shout out to Pio for making that emote here. Thank you so much, Pio.
Chris Crossman has managed to close the gap up to Lopez, and they are commencing battle with only 7.5 minutes left for that second step on the podium.
Podium place race. Good eyes, Dallin. We're going to have a couple battles to keep an eye out for in the last 7 minutes. So it's going to be Crossman, Lopez for position number 2 as... Oh, Lopez goes really wide here. And we have Tower actually fighting Norback, although Norback has a 5-6 penalty. Niels closing in really fast on Tower, though. We might see Tower and Niels actually fight. That's not going to be really good for him. I don't know, but you made it into an emote. That's something I can't do. So thank you. By the way, Fist, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
This is race control. 5-second penalty for a collision for number 8.
Hey, Shona. Welcome to the stream. All right, last 6 minutes on the clock.
That's a 5-second penalty for Josh Cornelius. I'm just going to dive in there.
Oh.
So he has the lead of the silver class.
But he's going to lose it.
He's going to lose it if he can't get past these guys. He looks like... He's now stuck behind the 3 pro drivers ahead of him. He's got 6 minutes to build a 5-second gap.
Oh my god, this must be so frustrating. It must be. You have pro drivers in front of you. You can't overtake him, and Kunze now is gonna come closer to you. So this is what's happening. The yellow car that you're seeing on your screen right now, that's the car that's leading the silver class, right?
It's the fluorescent green yellow car, yeah.
Yeah, the red one is the guy in second. The guy that we talked about first, the yellow green one, got a 5 seconds penalty, but he can't overtake that Ferrari over there, the yellow black car.
If he's quicker, he can overtake them. I mean, they're in a different class, but I think what's happening is the 2 guys up ahead of them are battling and are backing up and nearly collide there just going into turn 1. And then Helbig in the Ferrari, the yellow and black Ferrari, is just holding back. And he doesn't want to get involved too much. He wants to try and probably hoping that they have a bit of an incident and he can slip through. But then that means he's backing into Cornelius, who just... he has the pace probably to go past these guys, and as there is a collision up ahead, and I predicted it again.
What happened?
Hacklander and Turi had a little incident, but they didn't change position at all. But yeah, Helbig is just... he's going to try and slip past now. But this is all holding up Josh Cornelius, who has Kunze within a second of him, and that's unfortunately that's 4 and a bit seconds too close to keep the lead.
Oh, Hacklander, watch out, buddy. Now on the inside, Hacklander on the inside. Cornelius behind it. We're gonna have another one of these high testosterone moments. As Helbig is now on the inside, still on the inside. Cornelius on the outside. Hacklander being overtaken. Now Helbig needs to defend 2 positions right now at the moment. Cornelius, can he go on the inside? He's gonna go on the inside. No, he isn't. Yes, he is. He got Hacklander now in the pocket. Now Helbig is the next guy. The thing that Cornelius wants now is to pray for Hacklander that he is going to slow down Kunze, and that's actually happening. Now also, meanwhile, look for position 8. It says 3.9 seconds right now. If that becomes 5 seconds and higher, that means Norbak got that position. Norbak is pushing so hard right now to have that 3.8 now. It changed in the favor of Tauer. If that becomes 5, that means Tauer loses that position. He's going to end up 8th. He is 8th position right now, but he needs to keep that timer under 5.
And at this rate, if he keeps lapping the same pace as he is at the minute, he's 1.1 slower than Norbak on the last lap. When with only, I'm going to say 2 laps left now of the race, he's not going fast enough. Have his tyres gone off from pushing so hard earlier on in the race to gain all those positions, and now he's just slipping back. And doesn't look like he can go as fast as he once was going.
Yeah, but come on, like Norbak is now doing 145ers, and that's a pace that Lucas almost is doing. That's a really fast pace. I think Tauer just needs to keep up what he can do and let him not get in his head and just hope for the best. You can't do any more. Now Hecklander still fighting. Now Turi is in screen now as we were talking about Tower. Hecklander now flashing the lights, wants Turi to go away. Hecklander almost loses the car here. And now Turi goes wide. It takes a totally different line. Is still in front. Kanza is trying to come close, trying to fight Hecklander. Actually, he doesn't need to. If Kanza wants to be smart here, he doesn't fight Hecklander. He lets Hecklander fight Cornelius.
Yeah, they're tripping over each other now. Hecklander actually rear-ended Turi.
Hecklander, Turi, man, oh man, Hecklander outbrake himself. A little bit too late on the brakes. Look at that damage on Hecklander's car. It got scratches all over. It looks like my Samsung 8 Plus. Damn. And that's not a weird flex. The phone is just cracked all over. Yeah, it just reminded me of my phone. I'm sorry.
I don't know what was going on there, because it looked a bit malicious to me. Obviously, I don't want to say that too early on before things happen, but Hecklander rear-ended Turi going into the chicane at the end of the lap, and then just completely dived down the inside there and crashed into the side of Turi going through turn 1. And now that's ruined someone else's race as well, because Turi got spun out and spun into the path of a Ferrari, I believe, got caught up in that. So race control will definitely probably want to look at that and see what went on.
Tower is all over the place. He got on grid and he's just not having any grip at all. He has 4.6 seconds on the time. Last lap is going to go in now. It's going to be more than 5 seconds, I can tell you by now. It should be more than 5 seconds. It is 4.7. He has 0.3 of a second defend. I want to watch this. Is he gonna be able to defend those 0.3 of a second? He goes really wide on this racing line. He's adjusting his racing line. He's adjusting and he's recalculating what he needs to do. Is he gonna trust the car? Is the car gonna trust him? Are the tires gonna hold up? Is Norbach gonna outdrive himself, slowing down dramatically? Now the times are coming closer. Norbach cannot drive the 146ers anymore. This is Norbach. Let's look behind him.
Yeah, Tower did was 0.4 slower on the last lap, so it's gonna be down to the last few corners.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Tower actually closing the gap now. It's not getting bigger. And that was Norbach pushing too much in that one lap where he was driving 145. He let everything get into him. It got onto him. It must be. Look at this. Because Norbach just lost everything. He lost all of his power here. But now it went back to 4.8 seconds. What is it gonna be? We're ending almost this race. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, Kroes is finished, and Lopez kept P2. Crossman wasn't able to put a proper attack in against him there.
Last couple corners. What is it gonna be? We will be able to see it at the finish line. Tower's name will go blank in a second. And it says +1 lap, and what's gonna be is no wait!
What is the gap?
It's 5.096. Norbach got that position by less than 0.1 of a second. You must be shitting me right now. Norbach, what a guy. He has done it. Tower must be crying right now. He must cry right now. Like, I don't know. I don't know. What a race.
Yeah, but in the back of my mind is still that collision.
Yeah, he should have given that. Yeah, true. But this is racing, man. This is racing. Look at the difference right there on your screen. He was so close, but Norbach got it. Norbach did it. 7th position for him. 7th position for our man. Oh my God, does it feel good to be able to have the privilege to commentate on this race? I had such a blast.
So yeah, Kunze managed to win the silver class. So Josh Cornelius wasn't able to get those 5 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah, that was my that's my bad. It's Fizz. Should have shown the checkered flag, but no, in my opinion, I was all over the time difference of that 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, Kreuzer had a decent gap to P2, and you know we were aware of that for the last 20 minutes. So unfortunately, it's normal for Kreuzer that if he gets a lead, he'll just keep it, and from then on, it's very much like a lot of the Formula One races last year that. Or a lot of the interesting battles were further back in the pack and sort of demand more of our attention.
Although I do understand that comment, it's just showing respect to the guy in first, even if it's just a second. But I totally forgot about that. Next time I will keep an eye out for that, because I think he's absolutely right. Whew. I need to have a break, man.
Yep. I wonder if is there anyone ready to. There's no one in the willing to interview yet, so I think there might be a couple of hot heads after some of those incidents. So,
I'm pretty damn sure there are. Nice
Yeah.
broadcast, dudes. Hey, Dowlin, someone is saying nice stuff about us, man.
Yay!
I take
So,
that right up in my pocket.
Yep. That's you know, it's good to hear that we're doing something good. So yeah, and we're trying to improve every week. So I think we are.
I hope so.
Certainly a couple of the battles today certainly gave us the opportunity to have some intense commentary that left us recovering for a few laps afterwards. So yeah.
True. I hate it in F1 when they show a Merc winning with 20 seconds and they have a fight between Leclerc and Verstappen to watch. No, but you are also right. You're also right. You're also right. But the guy that you are hearing right now, so me basically, you're watching me stream. So even if Dowlin is talking about someone else, I still might be watching someone else as well. That's happened at the race and at the beginning of the race. That's what I do most often. While Dowling is talking about the beginning, I watch him, I follow him for the first couple laps, and then I go back on the field to see if someone spins off or overtakes. And when I hear Dowling talking really interesting about someone overtaking at the front, then I go back to the front. And that's actually, look, we are not a professional TV channel, right? We don't have 20 cameras or 80 cameras or 100 cameras on the field. Well, we have, but we only have 2 guys looking. Actually, more. The chat is also helping. Somehow, I don't know how they are doing that, but it does help a lot, tremendously. That's how we find all these nice fights.
Go, go, go.
But we don't have a whole crew with guys to, like, you know, they switch like in real life. And I think that's something for me to learn. I think it is possible, but it needs time. This is still new for me. I'm still doing this for 1 season. And I'm not a fast learner, that's something for sure, but I am putting a lot of hours into this and a lot of, you know, effort. It might not show immediately, but I think Dowlin as well. He is, you know, I can see him improving, and that's something that should be said as well. You know, we get more synergy. We actually laugh and make jokes, although they're not funny. That means we are relaxed, not tense. There are a lot of things that play with this.
What do you mean they're not funny?
Oh shit! Did I say it out loud? Oh fuck! I feels bad. I'm sorry, man.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We have got some interviewees sitting in the room waiting.
So
So
it's Moto Domek,
yep.
and Chris Crossman. So Chris Crossman, the one that well, let's go into the. Well, can I already go into the after race scene? Boom. Can I go in there? I can actually start already. Let's start with Moto.
And
Yes.
and hello, Burak.
And keep going, man. I'm listening.
I was talking there with Chris.
Oh wait, let me get Chris in here. I'm sorry. Oh, Chris.
Oh, guys.
Hello. Wait, I'm just gonna move all of you. You can do this with a big family. So, guys, interview moment. I hope you guys are up to this. If not, let me know.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
I am ready.
All right, so we're gonna do this a little different this time. So, guys, who wants to start about talking about the beginning of the race?
No one. Chris, can you talk us through the start? Because obviously you started in P1, blistering qualifying lap time, and we haven't seen you. We didn't see you right at the front last week. I've lost again. Like I said earlier, I've lost days because of this lockdown. But yeah, just talk us through what went on for you.
Huh? What lockdown?
Yeah. Well, I got
basically,
basically.
bad
I'm not
joke.
the greatest at starts, as you probably noticed. Like I keep getting caught off the line, and plus the setup I have is actually quite high downforce, so I'm not the fastest on the straight. So yeah, I think Kreuzer and Van der Kooi got in front of me. It was a great battle. I mean, the first half of it, I know there was a couple of safety cars, but it was just us three at the front were kind of like just keeping pace, just going along. It was really great, and then obviously the safety car came. And every time I started again, I was basically getting jumped at the start because I'm not the fastest on the straight. So I was having to defend and battle and then just catch back up because they were battling. So it was just you notice the times when people weren't battling, they were putting in times, but when they were battling with each other, they'd be slowing down at the front, or if you were battling with them, you'd be slowing down and the guys behind would come. So yeah.
All right. That was pretty damn epic to listen to that explanation. Kexel, what about you?
Yeah, start was difficult. Many quick people there, and many different manufacturers, and yeah, some different lines to different corners.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, a little tap here, a little tap there. In the end, great race, but the restarts, man, I don't know how to get good out of a restart with a safety car in front. Every time the guy behind me was quicker, every time.
I see. So I have a question for Moto Domek and Kexel. Both of you are driving the Bentley. What Dowling and I have been noticing is that at 30 minutes still left on the clock, 30 to 36 minutes, so between 30 and 40 minutes, right? The Bentleys picked up the pace, like all of them, and the Porsches slowed down, all of them. So what did that do mentally for you guys?
I think I was slowing down too at the last 15 and maybe 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have another question for you about that in later on. But first this question.
Kexel?
Yeah, I think the Bentley is a little bit lighter on the tires here than the Porsche, but didn't have exactly the same speed on one lap pace.
Mm-hmm.
And the second problem is here to get the tires in the right temp window in this race, because in the beginning it was really hot,
Mm-hmm.
and later it is cooler, and you can maybe drive the Bentley in a little bit wider window of tire temps and pressures than the Porsche.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense if you say that. So the optimum tire temp for the Bentley is a wider range. I could say, like, you could say that if you put it like that on the paper, it could be correct to say that.
Yeah,
I think.
we noticed it going colder, didn't we, and overcast, and that's sort of when the Bentley started to pick up the pace and make their moves.
True. Tower, now coming zooming in on your race, what do you what's your take on the overtake of Andre Norbach? With all due respect, what's your honest opinion on that overtake on the inside?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought that was my mistake, but I didn't check replay. I don't know how it looks like, but I don't know. I really don't know how race control saw that overtake. I don't know.
Earlier on, we saw you dive almost. Uh, so definitely that's something that it's something that I'm not used to see from you. You know, we know you as a calm driver. Boom said in the chat later on, like, I'm not gonna fight with Tower anymore because he's a scary guy. But without like, I don't know. So I'm just messing around with you. I think you were driving really well. It was an awesome race to watch, especially the last fight with Andre. How does it feel to lose that position left in a gap that's less than a tenth of a second?
Oh my. Like 96,000. Oh
True.
my.
How does that uh, take me
That was
through?
really, really sad.
How was
I am
the? Yeah, keep going.
I'm still really sad about it because I really lose the pace at the end, and maybe I was nervous, and that was why I lose that position. But Andrew Norbeck was driving really well there, and he deserved that position. I think really good driver. I have to say, really good driver.
I envy your words right now, as this is the best thing to hear from someone that has lost, but on the other hand, won a fantastic race for himself. Really, a lot of actions, a lot of overtake moments, a lot of good battles, even in the last moment, going over the finish line. I was watching you fight for that tenth of a second. Norbach really pushed really hard. So, respect to you guys. I really enjoyed watching this week's race.
Thank you. That was really awesome.
Yeah, it was a great race, man.
Like for me, today's race was like full of action every time,
True,
every
true.
second, every minute. And I think key for good position was pit at the like
Safety car.
safety car. Yeah, 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 safety car.
True. There were a lot of cars diving in, like diving just massively. I think 60 to 70% of the cars on the track went into the pit lane.
I think like Tauscher was that guy who
Mhm.
didn't pit. That
Mhm.
was a mistake, like big mistake.
True. True. I think maybe he tried to stop Kreuzer from picking up pace too fast. That could be something. You know, tactics happen, and it is possible. But I'm just thinking out loud right now. I might be horribly wrong. I'm not sorry.
Yeah, the safety car was a little bit confusion. The call for the safety car came so late I couldn't go directly in.
Mhm.
Then the safety car came out directly in front of me,
Mhm.
position 4. And I was only thinking, damn, I get caught, the other can go on pace.
Mhm.
But yeah, then the safety car picked up the pace, tried to catch the leaders, but
Mhm.
they didn't really slow down. So he let me through, and in the end, yeah, it worked for me. I came out 2 positions more in the front. And after that, yeah, try to get to the end with much too much fuel.
Oh yeah.
I got 40 liters in the end in the tank. I don't know what went with my math today, but yeah, I'm not totally fit. Last week I couldn't drive because of illness, and I hope next week I'm totally fit again, because here are so many awesome drivers you can really fight with,
hmm
and they stay normal. I hit Morris once. I let him back in front, and we could fight the whole race without very aggressive moves, I think.
Without the
And
aggression, it was just okay.
yeah, it was okay, and that's great to be here, and I want to be here. It's nice.
Nice and comfy. It's really good to hear, man. But I can see that mutual respect from all of the drivers for each other. Uh, and I don't think that's just because of safe race control is watching over us, but that's just because everyone is here to have fun and no one is here to show that they are the best, because everyone knows their position. Everyone knows what they can do and when you overdrive yourself, which is going to cost you positions. So
Yeah,
so
the
that mutual respect is always there.
yeah, I think the guy having most fun at the minute as well is also waiting in the willing to interview room. I don't know if you want to pull Lucas in here and get his take on the race as well.
Guys, do we want Lucas here?
Yeah, get a bit, man.
Of course.
Okay, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Here he comes. Oh, what a terrible driver Kreuzer is, man. Oh, he's here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That was not funny.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I had to make that joke. I'm so sorry. Kreuzer,
Yes.
how um how was the battle with 1, 2, 3 at the beginning of the race?
Quite intense, but I'm kind of used to it, so I'm not really that nervous anymore when I'm being chased. So I can drive like quite solid laps.
Although
I
you made a mistake.
I made a mistake, but then he made a mistake, so in the end it was fine, and I got him back.
Well,
So
it wasn't really a mistake. Well, yeah. It was an racing incident, I guess. That's why he lost that position.
yeah, I outbraked myself in the tight hairpin, and then he just went past, so nothing really happened. And then he went wide into T1, and then I got him back through the long right-hander.
Hmm.
It was good racing. There wasn't any contact at all. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a good fight.
Awesome. What went through your mind when you saw that he made a mistake going to the right, while when he should go to the right, to the left to avoid that car? Of course, he couldn't have known, but what was the emotion that went through your?
Did you mean when the two back markers collided in front of me?
Yeah, yeah.
It was. I'm not risking any collision, so I was. I'm gonna cut it. I'm just gonna cut it slightly, so I'm not going to drive across the entire thing. But I was like, I'm not risking to go right because I saw them like spinning out of control, no idea where they were going, and I was like, okay, not I'm not risking being collected, and I know that I wouldn't get a penalty for avoiding the collision, and
So
that
y-
also really
Mhm.
gains like a huge amount of time, especially when after that there was a safety car. So it was basically just an instinct to avoid being collected and lose the race.
Yeah, did you see in your rearview mirror what happened to Niels when he tried to drive through the incident? Or
Yeah,
what?
I saw it. I was like, he could have followed me through there because he saw that it was quite a safe line. But he decided to go right, and then got collected. So
So
kind of.
was that an instinctual move from the back marker that was turned around on the field? He saw you going to the left, so it's going to be right for him. That's why he just thought like, okay, the rest is going to follow him, and that's the normal line. And he just spun out to the other side, and that's the position. That's the line that Niels chose, and actually,
I'm not sure if the back marker could have done anything different because they collided quite heavily and they were both out of control.
Mhm.
I think they were both busy keeping the cars together,
I
and
see.
I think they weren't really intending to go or spinning into a certain direction. Um, was just unlucky for Niels, of course. But yeah, I think there wasn't any intention of trying to avoid anyone in terms of the back markers. They were just busy trying to not hit the wall too hard or hit each other too hard anymore. And
S-
then it was just basically up to us in the front group to try and avoid them.
Okay. So last question, and then guys, by the way, for everyone, thank you for being here, man. It's always nice to have this chat after the race. It feels good. It just feels like we are having a podcast about the race. It's just awesome.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying talking to you. I was like after the race was finished, the all the guys were heading off, and I'm like, no, I will just wait for the interview and have a little chat, and then we'll go to bed as well. But it's always nice to talk after the race, so I'm quite enjoying this. So it's good.
So there is a weird idea for me coming up in my head. Maybe we can do a podcast one day about GZR. I don't know.
We can probably do it.
I'm always looking forward for talk with Burak.
Yeah, it's always fun, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always fun, man. It's always
Yeah.
laugh.
we could go for a down season, out of season podcast. Perhaps we can discuss the races that have gone on and perhaps what people are looking forward to in the next season.
That's something we should definitely do. I think we should schedule that actually.
Mm-hmm.
So before I end it, I had one last question. I don't know. Oh yeah, about Crossman, Niels, and you, Kreuzer.
You can call me Lucas, by the way. That's the first name.
Okay. So those the three of you, I think season 3 is gonna be um the best season ever, I think, if I'm just looking at how you guys are driving and racing each other.
Yeah, it's not certain that I will stay for season 3 because it could be possible that I get pulled into AOR after I've driven the SRO challenge, charity challenge
Mm-hmm.
on Monza on the big stream.
Yeah, I saw that. Like,
Yeah,
hands together for that, man. That was crazy.
yeah. Where I finished P4 in the semi-final, and after that, I now have quite good contact to sim racing, esport guys, and some racing drivers. So it could be possible that I will leave GZR after this season. It's nothing fixed, but it looks like that it's going towards AOR.
And what? So, for those who don't know what AOR is, what is that?
It's basically a really high end racing league
Mm-hmm.
with like many streamer esport drivers and some real life drivers. Um,
That's the serious thing, huh?
yeah, that's pretty much like the series, the big thing. I will also start probably do like R Factor 2 things in like VEC, that's an endurance championship there. So it's going pretty high upwards at
So,
the moment after this charity challenge.
so you can actually make money from that, like talking business wise.
I probably can if I manage to get into good competitions and stuff. The thing is, because I am 16 at the moment, so
Oh
I'm
yeah, big
basically
yikes.
16,
yeah.
Jesus.
The thing is, because I'm 16, that's the reason why why some of the guys have interest in me, because I still have potential to go better.
You have a baby
Especially,
face. That's it.
yeah, I have a baby face. No, that's pretty much the reason. That's the reason why I will start to try to go into the bigger things already at young age.
Yeah, that's great, man. Boom is saying good luck, Kreuzer. We will hope you will make it. Yeah, man. It's I hope you will never forget about us, about GZR, and mention our names when you're up there, man.
No, I won't forget this time. I mean, now it's not certain if I will leave before season 3. Um, and I will never forget this thing, this the side mix boys and also the GZR, where I started the pretty much the sim racing thing like really properly, like
Mm-hmm.
what was it, one year ago, pretty much, in Project Cast 2, and now here to looking to win a second ACC championship in a row. It's a great thing. I will never forget this. the streaming and live commentary thing from you guys. You're doing a great job, and I really enjoy being here. And if something isn't going right in AOR or the signups don't work in some sort of things, I will definitely continue racing here in ACC, probably in Ground Zero, probably in another car then, because I'm getting sick of the Porsche, to be honest.
Why? It's just too fast.
No, no, it really isn't, to be honest. They've nerfed it pretty badly. And now before the Kyalami 6-hour race this Saturday, I'm driving the Audi, and I really enjoy that car, and I enjoy it. It's not potentially faster than the Porsche, but I really enjoy driving it more.
It's good that you say that because I'm driving the Porsche. Thank you.
Come on, I've driven the Porsche now for two seasons straight, so I can't complain about the car. It's done a great job.
It's
So,
it's
Lucas,
done you well.
It is.
Croix, I can ask a question. Do you know how you're doing another, like potentially going with AOR? Do you think you'll still do Ground Zero as well, or is it just going to be one or the other?
That's quite tough to say. I mean, if AOR works and if I'm gonna be competitive, which most of the people say that I will be,
you will be.
I'm not sure if I will continue racing in Ground Zero because also there are some other things coming up in other simulations, and I'm not sure if I then with school then too, if I will have the time then to practice and have good pace in Ground Zero too.
Yeah, it does take. I mean, that's the thing. I race in another league as well, to be honest, at the moment. And I was meant to be doing 3 at the same time, but there's been some personal stuff happen, so I'm only doing these 2 now. It does take a little dint into how much you'll get out of the best of it. But I mean, to be honest, that's that. I mean, I joined this. Well, it's only been a few races now, but like you were saying there, Boom's doing a great job with the commentary, and then especially at the front, there's some great clean racing, and I'm really enjoying this one. So I'm trying to do both of them, if you know what I mean. But it is tough.
Yeah,
But it
I mean,
works.
I'm really trying. If I compete in those things, I really want to do them properly, and I notice when I'm not concentrating or caring about and race too much. That happened last week at Laguna, because on the same weekend I had the SRO Charity Challenge race at Monza, and I was just full focus on that. Basically, no practice for Laguna, and then in the end it was like P10 or something in the end, so nothing really great. And that's the reason why when I go into AOR or some races, endurance races, and R Factor 2, that I will concentrate on these things more than I will on Ground Zero. But I will stay in contact with the guys, and also, of course, the Side Mix team. They are, in my sim racing heart, if you can say it like that.
Yeah. Kreuzer, I think it's a good time to actually finish this off. If people want to follow your well, basically, if people want to follow you, where could they be following you?
Basically, you mean in terms of social media?
Yeah, so it's like keep track on what you guys are like, what you are gonna do if they want to stay in touch with you or.
What you guys can do is you can follow Sidemax Motorworks on Twitter and Instagram. They are always posting like all the results of my races and also the next moves that I'm gonna do. And if you're interested personally in me, what I'm going to do, because I'm always keeping the guys up to date on my own social media things, then it's also on Instagram and Twitter.
So you don't live stream?
I don't live stream really because I think I wouldn't be a good live streamer because I'm dead silent when I'm driving.
Yeah, some people watch for chatting and others just watch for competition, man. I think if you know that you're not a chatter, you could stream for the competition guy. People are really looking for that as well. If you're good at it, which seems you are, you could go for that.
It's also the thing about my PC. I think it can handle streaming and driving simultaneously. But I don't want to risk like any crashes or like that the game taps out because of something happened in the stream. So I think I'm not that much into streaming. But on the other hand, we have guys like you who are actually streaming in way better quality with commentary and stuff. So I don't think that it's really necessary for a single driver to stream the race when we have like a big mainstream who's basically covering the entire event. As we do have.
Are you really 16?
I am.
Like, it feels like I'm talking with a, I don't know, a fully grown, mature fucking guy. What the hell, man?
I can send you a picture of me.
No, I don't need pictures of 16 years on my phone. Calm down, buddy.
He's got enough already. Don't worry.
Yeah, shut fuck off. The FBI open up indeed. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. Any last words from anyone?
I think lap 16, if you watch the replay back, that was a brilliant battling lap at the front with me, Kreuzer and Van der Kuik.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, just if you get time, I don't know if the cameras caught it, but it was changing so much. It was great. And we had someone else right behind us after the safety car as well.
It was a good one. It really was.
All right, guys. Good luck on next week. Thank you so much for this talk, and let's keep in touch, guys. It's really nice talking to you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we
Cheers,
should
man.
see most of you on Saturday as well, I hope, at the Kyle Army 6 hour.
Yep. We'll be there.
True. All right. Also, Kvist, see you Saturday, man. Thank you for being here. It was really nice having you as well. Thank you for that follow, man. Also, and huge shout out to other streamers. Motodomek streams as well. Who else streams here? Chris Crossman, you stream?
No, not yet.
Okay. Dowlin, you stream?
Yeah, sure. No, I don't. My PC can't handle it, so I do not.
Okay. And Kexel, do you stream?
No, PC can't handle.
Oh damn! All these people like.
Oh, come on.
Moto, what was that? No, come on, like. Oh,
I'm the only one.
All right. Okay. Anyways, guys, thank you, and I'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
See
Bye.
you, boys. Well done,
Alright.
Kreuzer.
See ya. Good night.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
All right, chat. That's gonna be it for me as well. Dowlin, hats off for you, man. Thank you for today.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed tonight. Good to chat with all the guys and some excellent racing. So I look forward to more next week.
Agreed on that. And on that note, I am going to end this stream, guys. I'll see you all next week.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.